Good day, viewers all over the world. This is another time for STEM communication. Today we are looking at a topic that I can call a generalized topic. Even though it is assigned to primary 5, 6, and GSS2 syllabus, I want to tell you that this topic is cut across every educational level in mathematics, even down to the university, because the concept, the techniques of what we want to address at this time is useful in several aspects of mathematics, indices, expansion, and what have you, change of solution of the formula, and quite a lot of areas of application. So, what is the topic? The topic is multiplicative inverse, MI. Multiplicative inverse. It is being addressed at Junior High School 2, JSS 2. And like I said, it is relevant from students from primary 3 to primary 6, JSS 1 to JSS 3, SS1 to SS3. Then down to the university. Even me at this level, I still make use of the techniques of multiplicative inverse in solving one problem or the other. I will not only introduce you to the technique, we also try to apply it, the application, so that at the end of the day, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to solve this problem using the techniques I want to introduce to you now, called multiplicative inverse techniques. You should be able to solve problem 1, problem 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the starting point is that what is the meaning of multiplicative inverse? Okay, how applicable is multiplicative inverse in solving mathematical problems? We'll address that, then I'll go ahead to try to solve some problems in the areas of application. Then I'll not leave this for you to practice. And as you practice, if you are those that are already fully registered with us in this TSP STEM online schooling and coaching, then you have the opportunity to send your feedback to me to really be sure that you already understand the application of multiplicative inverse. So it is key you get this registered with us. Okay? Thank you. Now, multiplicative inverse. What is meant by multiplicative what? Inverse. I will explain that. It means a number multiplied by another number or a given number such that the result or the final answer equals to 1. It means a number multiplied by another number such that the result is what? Is 1. Now, look at this table here. We have some numbers, then we want to find their multiplicative what? Inverse. We have some numbers, we want to write their multiplicative inverse. The first number we have is 2 over what? 2 over what? 2 over 3. 2 over 3. Now, I want to clean this. 2 over 3, right? Now, which number, if I multiply by 2 over what? 3, that will give me what? Look at it. 2 over 3. The number is that you find the reciprocal of 2 over what? Do you know the meaning of reciprocal? Reciprocal means this denominator will go up, this numerator will come. So the multiplicative inverse of what? 2 over what? Is what? You can see that this 3 cancel this 3, these 2 cancel this what? What do you have left? 1. So the multiplicative inverse of 2 over 3 is 3 over what? Is 3 over 2. What you multiply by this, that the answer will give you what? 1. Okay, let's look at the second one. the multiplicative inverse of 0.75. Once it is decimal, you have to change it to fraction first. So 0.75 is named as in fraction. This is 75 over what? After the point, how many can you count? 1, 2, that is over 100. If what you count after this point is one item, it will be over 10. If it is 3 over 1, then that's the first thing. Then again, you reduce this to its lowest what? Times. 25 can go in 75. How many times? 3. 25 in 100, 4 times. So that is 3 over what? Now it means that this 0.75 is same thing as what? 3 over. Now what do you now do? What do you multiply by this now? So that you get 1. That will be, you find the reciprocal of this. Reciprocal means you interchange the numerator with the denominator. So this will go up and this will come what? Because so that this 3 cancel this 3, this 4 cancel this, giving us what? So it means that the multiplicative inverse of this is actually what? 4 over what? 4 over 3. Is that clear? Okay. Let's go to the third one, because you need to understand this properly. Now, minus 5 over 4. Minus 5 over 4. This one is very simple. This minus must be neutralized. What do you multiply by minus? It shows that the minus will disappear. Minus. Then you have to interchange this. You find the reciprocal of 5 over what? So that means what you multiply by this is what? Minus what? 4 over what? Minus times minus plus. And plus is neutral. Exactly. It disappears. Then this 5 cancel this 5. This 4 cancel this. What do you have left? So it means what you multiply by this to give us 1 is the multiplicative in, what is that? Minus 4 over what? 5. Minus 4 over 5. Are you following? Okay. The next one. Look at this. We want to find the multiplicative inverse of what? 1 whole number, 2 over what? This one has to be changed to improper fraction. 1 times 3. 3 plus 2. 5. That is 5 over what? 3. Now, I have 5 over 3 now, which is the same thing as this one. What do I multiply by 5 over 3 that the result will give me 1? You find the reciprocal of this. That will be what? 3 over what? 5. This 5 cancel this cancel. So what I have left is what? So the multiplicative inverse of this is what? 3 over what? 5. Okay, now look at this, a whole number. Look at this whole number, 3. Look at this 3. The multiplicative of what? Inverse of 3. If you have a number, a whole number like this, what it means is what? 3 over what? 1. That's what it means. So it means I want to find the reciprocal of 3 over what? You find the reciprocal of this. What is the reciprocal of this? 1 over what? This cancel this cancel this. What do you have left? So it means that the multiplicative inverse of 3 is what? 1 over 3. Are you following? Okay. Look at another one here. Look at this. We have to find the multiplicative inverse of 1 over n. This one is very straightforward. What is the reciprocal of 1 over n? N over 1. And n over 1 means n. Okay? Anything divided by 1 is that thing. So this cancels this, and this, so we have what? So it means that the multiplicative inverse is what? N over what? 1, which means n. Then, finally now, look at this. Look at this. They asked us to find the multiplicative inverse of 0.002. Like I said, you have to change this to fraction first. This is 25 divided by, after the point, how many can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, that is 4 0, that's 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 10,000. Now, 25 here, 1. 25 in 100, 4. In 0, 0. In another 0. So we have 1 over what? So it means that this 0.0025 is the same as this. Do you understand that? So it means I need to find the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 400. What do I multiply by this that will give me 1? 400 over what? And what is, this one will cancel this cancel, that's what? So that means the reciprocal inverse is what? 400 over, and what is 400 over 1? It means 400, because anything divided by 1 is that thing. Is that clear? Alright, now, I will understand this now. Please take note of this, look at the answer, try to write it down. Okay, and this is the working that I've told you how to get it. Okay, I want to clean this. Now let's now go to the areas of application. I want to connect you to the application of all this. Okay, let's look at the application of all this. That is very, very important, because every technique is meant to be applied. And so I have given you, there are some questions you're going to solve for me here, down to number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I said write the multiplicative inverse of the following. I'll give you an example of that one. Is that not so? So you are supposed to complete that. Now I'll just take some example now on how to apply the techniques called multiplicative what? For example now, example 1. Find n in 2 over n equals to 3. Look at this. If I say to find what? The multiplicative inverse of n here. Okay? Now, you know, usually you can say 2 over n equals to, this 3 means 3 over 1. I've told you if you have a whole number, there is nothing at the denominator, it means 1. You know, ordinarily, you can cross multiply. If you have one fraction here, one fraction here, it will be n times 3. That's what? 3n. Equals to 2 times 1, 2. Now, you are looking for n. What do? You divide both sides by what? 3. So that n can be free. So you divide it by 3. You divide it by what? This 3 cancel this what? So what do you have left now? N is now equal to what? 2 over 3. Now, let's use the techniques. If you want to use that techniques, look here. What you will do here is that you try to remove these 2. This 2, is that also? Yes. This 2 is attached to what? To this 1 over n. Okay? What is the multiplicative inverse of this 2? Again, multiplicative inverse of 2. What will I do so that this 2 will disappear? That's the multiplicative inverse. That will be 1 over what? 1 over 2. So this same 1 over 2, you know, in mathematics, you must maintain a balance. What you do here, you multiply by the other side also. So this one is 3 times what? 1 over what? 2. So with this now, what we have left here, these 2 cancel these 2. We have 1 over what? So you can see that this one, sorry, this is over 2 here, right? This 3 times 1, 3 over what? 2. Can you see that? Now, if 1 over n is 3 over 2. I'm looking for n. I will just find the reciprocal of both. What is the reciprocal of 1 over n? That will be n over 1. Okay? What is the reciprocal of 3 over 2? That will be 2 over what? 3. And I told you that anything divided by 1 is that thing. So n over 1 is what? N is equal to what? 2 over what? Do you see that we get the same results? Applying the techniques of what? Multiplicative what? Inverse. Okay, let's take another example. Okay? Look at it. Number 2. Solve for t in t over 5 equals to 2 over 7. Look at this. T over what? Equals to what? To solve for this means you need to remove this 5. You don't want this 5 attached to this t. Okay? Now this one can be written as t times 1 over 5. It's the same thing. Take note of that, okay? When you say t over 5, it means t times what? 1 over 5 equals to 2 over 7. Now, what do you multiply by 1 over 5 so that it will be equal to what? 1, because if you get 1 times t is t, so t will be free. Is that clear? And don't forget that in mathematics, whatever thing you do to the right hand side, you must do to the what? Left hand side. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 5? You agree with me that it is 5 over. So it will now be t, look at it, times 1 over 5 times 5 over 1. Then I have to multiply it also by times 5 over 1. You see that? This side, this 5 cancel this what? 5. What remains here is what? T times 1, t times 1, t. So our t now equals to, what is 2 times 5? What is 7 times 1? So the answer is 10 over what? 7. Let's try to solve that example 3 in terms of application of multiplicative what? Now, let's look at another one. Look at this. Find the value of k in k raised to power minus 1, raised to power 1 over 3 is equals to 5. Now, look at this. This is an index equation. It has a cap. K raised to the power of what? 1 over 3. K is the base. 1 over 3 is the exponent. This is called power. The entire number here is power or index, okay? So we say k raised to power what? 1 over what? Now, to find this k, what is the problem? You need to remove this what? 1 over 3. You need to remove this cap. That 1 over 3. Once you remove it, then k will be free. So you are going to apply the knowledge of what? Multiplicative what? Inverse to solve this, to remove this. And whatever thing you do here, you must do to the other. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 3? You know it's 3 over 1, which means 3. So that means this will become k raised to power 1 over 3 times raised to power 3 over 1. Okay? Then this will also be 5 raised to power 3 over 1, which is 3. Because our intention is to remove this. You can remove it by using multiplicative what? Now this 3 cancel this 3. Can you see that? This one cancel this one. So what we have left is k. K is now free. It's k raised to power 1, which is k. Then equals to what? 5 raised to power what? And what is the meaning of 5 raised to power 3? It means 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Do you understand that? Do you see it now? Okay, let me take one more example for you. One more example. Then I will explain what you have to do there. Okay? Now, look at this. Find the value. 1 or 2 more. Find the value of Q in, look at this. Q, okay, raised to power 1 over 3 is equals to, or Q raised to power 3, let's say Q raised to power 3 is equals to 27. Q raised to power what? Equals to what? 27. To find Q, I need to remove this 3. And the only way I can remove this 3 is to apply multiplicative what? Inverse, to turn this thing to 1, so that Q raised to power 1 will be Q. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 3? 1 over 3. You know 3 means 3 over 1. The reciprocal is 1 over 3. So this will not be Q raised to power 3 multiplied by the reciprocal. I mean the multiplicative inverse, which is 1 over what? 3. Then you have to do the same thing here. 27 raised to power what? 1 over 3. So here Q is free because this 3 cancel this 3. Then if you look at this one, if you look at this 27, 27 is 3 in 3 places. 3 times 3 times. That will be 3 raised to power what? 3. This 27 is 3 raised to power what? Then times this 1 over 3 here. Do you see that? This 3 cancel this what? So what is Q now? Q is 3. Very interesting. So that is it, application. So you are left with the following to attempt all this. I will just shed light on that while you do that. Now let's look at number 1. Solve the following using multiplicative inverse technique. If you look at this one, you need to get this one that is inside the bracket. It means 1, they are together. So the one you need to get rid of is what? 2 over what? 3. So how do you remove this 2 over 3? You multiply it by the multiplicative inverse of 2 over 3. And what is that? 3 over what? So you multiply this one times 3 over 2 so that this one will disappear. Then you also multiply this one by what? Times 3 over 2. Then you'll be able to take this to the other side and simplify. The same thing here. Look at this. You are looking for y here. Y is already having an exponent, a cap. 3 over what? You need to remove this. How do you remove this? You find the multiplicative what? Inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of 3 over 2? 2 over 3. Then this one will disappear to remain y. Then this one also raised to power what? 2 over 3. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. That will be 2 raised to power 3. You do that. Then, now look at this number 4. If I say 2x plus 3, keep root. Look at this. This keep root. Is equals to 2. Hello? If I want to remove this keep root symbol, what it means is 2x plus what? 3 raised to power 1 over 3. That's the meaning of this keep root. Is equals to what? 2. Then, you need to remove this one by using multiplicative inverse of 1 over 3 to multiply both. So if you multiply this one by the multiplicative inverse, this will disappear. Multiply this one by multiplicative inverse, which is 3. This will give us 8. Is that also? So at the end of the day, you have 2x plus what? 3 is equals to what? 8. You are looking for x. You carry this one to the other side. That will be 2x is equals to 8 minus what? 3. That will be 2x is equals to what? 5. You are looking for x. You now divide both sides by what? 2. Or again, here, you can also use multiplicative what? To remove this 2. What is the multiplicative inverse of 2? 1 over 2. Multiply 1 over 2 by both sides. You get it done, okay? Then finally, look at this. P minus 1 raised to power 0.25. This 0.25 means 25 over 100, okay? And if you reduce to its lowest time, it will give you 1 over what? 4. So you now find the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 4, which is 4, to remove this completely. Then this one raised to power 4. 1 raised to power 4 is what? 1. Then you can go ahead and complete that. Then number 6, write the multiplicative inverse of the following. If you follow this lesson properly, you should not have problem solving problem 1 to the problem what? 6. So it is now your responsibility to really solve this out in details. Once you are registered with us, you have the opportunity to give me feedback and then we follow you up properly. It is only those that are not fully registered with us that will not have the opportunity of any feedback. And any knowledge that you are gaining without practicing, without feedback, you cannot be so sure that the knowledge has been incorporated into your system. So thank you very much. Keep subscribing to this platform, share it with your friends and relatives, your mates in schools, and keep supporting us. Thank you. See you in another production. Bye.
Touch my wicked point, oh. Make them throw me punch, say me I go take it out, oh. If them make them talk, oh. Make them talk rumors, oh. Make them throw me punch, say me I go take it out, oh. Baby make you no do cow, oh. You take anything where you want, I be talk and do. Money too long, it get part 2. I know say you dey feel me, so no good, they mess a boo. Girl, you dey reason me one kind, any day pay me.